Hello friends, in this video we are going to discover the top 15 best places to live in the United States. The grass is always greener in these 15 incomparable American cities and towns. Handpicked from hundreds of options, these regions are chosen based on quality of life and culture by the U.S. News and World Report. Currently, Naples, Florida, is the best place to live in the United States because it provides idyllic weather, sights, and activities amongst sandy beaches and curated art exhibitions. Other states make the list thanks to low crime, historic value, and economic prosperity as well, such as Madison and Colorado Springs. Regardless of which angle one chooses to find their forever home from, one of these locations is guaranteed to have exactly the mix of benefits and joys you are looking for. Kindly make sure to hit the subscribe button and press the bell icon before we start this video about the 15 best places to live in the United States. Now let's dig deeper into each of the top 15 best places to live in the United States. Number 15. Lexington, Kentucky. Amidst the dust kicked up from competitive horse races, one can almost make out the sea of smiles in the stands. Long-term residents of Lexington claim a high level of life satisfaction for a variety of reasons, and Southern hospitality mixed with a certain cosmopolitan flair is just the tip of the iceberg. Known as Thoroughbred City, Lexington is a hub of horse culture with over 450 horse farms and the renowned Kentucky Horse Park, so tours are aplenty. The job market remains stable and reliable, especially for young professionals. Bourbon and bakeries are two peas in a pod here in Lexington, and locations like Spalding's or Lexington Brewing and Distilling Company are the best of the bunch. Ultimately, Lexington is a city that keeps its residents engaged with history and culture, and for that reason, it is one of the best places in America to live. Number 14. Madison, Wisconsin. In Madison, you are encouraged to dive into a plate of fresh cheese curds, tour the Grand State Capitol, or unwind at the Memorial Union Terrace with live music and lake views. Variety is king in this region of the Midwest, after all. The largest university in Wisconsin also sits in Madison, among the many lakes within driving distance. Additionally, the Henry Villa Zoo is a delight for families, featuring creatures from around the globe. Madison's low crime rate and welcoming vibe make it not only safe but an undeniably good choice to settle into. With hot summers and snowy winters, Madison's seasons ensure you will never be bored. Number 13. Charleston, South Carolina. If Charleston were a person, it would be that friend who is effortlessly stylish and always ready for a good time. This charming city mixes cobblestone streets and pastel homes with modern delights like world-class dining and shopping. It is a place where history geeks can explore centuries-old sites while beach lovers hit Folly Beach or Sullivan's Island. With mild winters, hot summers, and frequent festivals, there is always something happening. Plus, Charleston's parks and museums, like the Halsey Institute of Contemporary Art, offer endless exploration. Charleston is a delightful blend of old and new, making it an irresistible place to call home. Number 12. Green Bay, Wisconsin. Green Bay, named after one of Lake Michigan's bays, is another great place to live in America. It is one of Wisconsin's oldest settlements, having been a French trading post in the 17th century. The city is surrounded by forests and beaches, perfect for outdoor activities like hiking, boating, and fishing. Green Bay is also home to the famous Green Bay Packers, with must-see attractions like the Packers Hall of Fame and Lambeau Field. It also has important historical sites, a quality university, and affordable living. With a diverse population and local delicacies like bratwurst, Green Bay offers a welcoming and affordable community. Number 11. Sarasota, Florida. For Sarasota residents, keys to a boat are practically as important as keys to a car. The town is aesthetically the closest Americans can get to living in Atlantis. The majority of its suburbs are waterlocked, with major bridges acting as lifelines to the mainland, and this has earned it the title beach town. Housing costs are high, but it is a reasonable price to pay for sugary white sands and warm weather. The dining options do not disappoint either, where sites like the Old Salty Dog and Turtle Beach Grill whip up American seaside classics and live music. Also, check out the rooftop bars if you are in the mood to live a little. Number 10. Boulder, Colorado. Not only is Boulder one of the best places to live, it is one of the best places for those seeking a long, healthy, and active life. Wellness is a cornerstone of Boulder's personality, and Flatirons hiking scene is the bread and butter of engaged individuals. Health food stores, yoga studios, and fitness centers are around every corner. 300 days of sunshine and proximity to open green spaces, the Rocky Mountains, and many excellent and equally beautiful college campuses provide endless reasons to spend each day outside. Furthermore, Boulder was recently named a coffee culture hotspot by Expedia, and the Boulder Coffee Crawl features surrealist shops like Alice and Rose, which is magically themed after Alice in Wonderland. So, for all the get-up-and-go activities to experience, you will certainly have the caffeine-blessed energy for it. Number 9. Austin, Texas. People in Austin are ambitious, ambitiously friendly, ambitiously invested in their communities, and ambitious when it comes to cultural diversity. Many people find themselves transplanted in the city from New York and California, as well as internationally, so new faces are always welcome. Commuting is a surprisingly pleasant experience, with minimal traffic congestion and well-maintained infrastructure. Yet, it is where those roads lead that holds the most value. Barton Springs is a historical classic for families looking to cool off and swim in the shade. Then, endless Tex-Mex options are available to recharge nutritional batteries at sites like Torchy's Tacos and Chuy's. Last, remember the simple phrase to blend in like a local: hook 'em horns. Number 8. Virginia Beach, Virginia. It is hard to compete with the coast, but among the mid-Atlantic locations on this list, Virginia Beach goes a step beyond the rest. Historically rich thanks to the Bayside First Landing State Park, which marks the 1607 Jamestown colonists, the town takes pride in being the literal first choice in Pilgrim history. A number of other species also call this area home, such as sharks, rays, and sea turtles that can be witnessed in their prime at the Virginia Aquarium and Marine Science Center. The dining, boardwalks, and extensive military and aviation museums speak for themselves, but it is the friendly residents and famously relaxed atmosphere that ultimately secure Virginia Beach as one of the best places to live in America. Number 7. Huntsville, Alabama. As far as the best large metro areas to live in are concerned, Huntsville ranked first place in 2023 due to its employment opportunities, housing, quality of life, low crime rate, and average commute. On a cultural level, Huntsville excels at helping massive suburban spaces retain a small-town energy by packing in greenery around every corner. The residential design is whimsical and intentional, with streets winding their way through calm neighborhoods full of personality while still providing easy access to major grocers like Publix or elementary schools squarely positioned in the center. Huntsville represents the best of American urban design, built in the 19th century to address modern needs without being limited by outdated development. Number 6. Raleigh, North Carolina. Between its universities and budding job market, Raleigh is an ideal place to build a future. IBM, Cisco Systems, and several prominent schools like Duke and UNC have set up shop here. Thus, the median age in Raleigh is 34 years, which is a boon for those looking to network and start a family. Technically, the city is within driving distance of the Atlantic for those looking to take a weekend trip away from the inland forests, but there are plenty of activities to do closer to home as well. Victorian, African American, and macabre asylum history tours are available at several peculiar locations in the city, amongst a scattering of farmers markets and sports stadiums that echo with endless cheers and good finds. Once again, the North Carolina climate is irresistible for those seeking a pleasant tan in summer and a crisp breeze in the winter. Number 5. Charlotte, North Carolina. Amusement and adrenaline go hand in hand in Charlotte, a city of race cars and nerve-wracking roller coasters. Many urban environments in the U.S. struggle from a sense of isolation, but because Charlotte wields a classic culture of Southern charm, making friends and staying involved are far from being Herculean tasks. Several large bodies of water engulf the city, Lake Norman and Lake Wylie, which provide an avenue for fresh air to those craving a fishing or boating experience. After a long day of visiting such public parks, Charlotte's competitive eateries like the Fig Tree Restaurant or the Midwood Smokehouse serve up a storm for carnivores and vegans alike. Beyond the cultural appeal, it should be noted that Charlotte has grabbed attention recently because of its affordable cost of living, sparking a boom in population within the last few years. Number 4. Greenville, South Carolina. Although Greenville is a fair distance from the coast, this cozy South Carolina city is anything other than out of the way. Waterfalls and riverside bridges are a dime dozen, which is why so many public parks flourish throughout the year. The subtropical environment secures a pleasant climate regardless of the season, which allows restaurants to keep their outdoor dining options available for that much longer. It is ultimately a city of drinks, with more local teas, wines, meads, and brews than can be counted. Low-cost activities like bike trails around Cleveland Park and Swan Lake are a surefire way for enthusiasts to stay healthy and entertained. Overall, with brightly colored trolleys and city events, Greenville is a town that strives to spice up an ordinary day with a touch of the extraordinary. Number 3. Colorado Springs, Colorado. Dollar for dollar, the Old Springs outcompetes similarly sized cities in terms of housing and expenses. On top of that, it is squished into the side of America's indomitable Rocky Mountains, which are so massive they alter and protect weather patterns all across the Midwest. Speaking of rock climbing centers are scattered across Colorado Springs due to their immense popularity for individual exercise and group events. The community is a little tighter in this town, which benefits from highly walkable neighborhoods that reinforce a constant sense of belonging for its residents. So, between ample job opportunities, mountain views, and comfortable suburbs, Colorado Springs is a highly sought-after location in which to settle. Number 2. Boise, Idaho. Adjacent to grand natural expanses found only in westerns, Boise is a tableau of mountains, deserts, canyons, rivers, and lakes that are a true celebration of the great American frontier. The foothills around Boise are considered some of the wildest regions in the United States, thanks to preservation from generations of committed residents. Naturally, rafting, hiking, and other outdoorsy endeavors are ways to escape or face off against summer heat. The downtown is neatly aligned with a grid system that keeps commuters on track in between gorgeous sandstone buildings constructed many decades ago. Ultimately, besides the grand outdoors, Boise is a brilliant place to live because it prioritizes a spirit of safety and cleanliness that are essential for healthy communities. Number 1. Naples, Florida. Naples is a town that captures the essence of paradise. Superbly sunny days are cushioned by the shade of towering palms and sandy beaches that extend impossibly into the horizon. This town acts as a playground for the rich and wealthy, and motorized tiki bar rafts, clubs, and endless fishing zones are evidence of that. High-end shopping centers are crammed aesthetically in between golf courses and cinematic piers, where the wistful take turns catching sights of dolphins in repose. The Baker Museum is proof that Naples' art scene is alive and well, with exhibitions ranging from oil paintings to abstractions best described as optical illusions. So, whether your interest is daily encounters with wolves and exotic birds in sanctuaries or unrestrained swamp buggy races, Naples is at the top of the list thanks to its high quality of life and unrelenting personality. So, what is your favorite among the top 15 best places to live in the United States? Well, that's all we have for you today. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed the content of this video, click the subscribe button so you can receive more content like this. Post your favorite places among the top 15 best places to live in the United States in the comments below. I'd love to read them and I'm sure others would too.